Good morning, everybody. Today is day 12 of the long trail, and last night I stayed at the Skyline Lodge, which is a log cabin out here in the mountains on a pond called Skylight Pond. And what a great place to stay. I had a great night's sleep up in the loft of the cabin, and I enjoyed a beautiful sunrise this morning, which was completely unexpected. I did not know I would get sunrise, but from the loft you could actually see out over the trees to what apparently is the White Mountains of New Hampshire, and the sun was coming up over the White Mountains, which was beautiful. It was awesome. I woke up just in time for it. I wasn't planning to wake up for it, but I woke up, I stood up, and I was like, what's that red dot? Oh, that's the sun coming up over the mountains. So, I saw a beaver in the pond this morning. It's just a great morning. Today, I'm finally cutting my miles down a little bit. I did 2 18-mile days back to back with lots of elevation gain, and let me tell you, that's a tough couple of days, but I pushed through. I did it. Today I am only doing 14, which is still nothing to scoff at, but it'll feel a lot easier, I think, than the 2 18s that I've pushed through. Also, I've got 2 special mountains that I'm climbing today, Breadloaf and Wilson, and they are both on the New England 100 highest list. So I'll be getting 2 more today, and I'm actually climbing up Breadloaf now, so I'll be there shortly. Another thing that happened, which actually happened yesterday, and I completely forgot about it. I was thinking about it all day, and then towards the end of the day I just got like pushing and trying to make the miles, and I completely forgot. I hit the halfway mark on the long trail. Yes, around mile 14 or 15 yesterday, I hit mile 136 and a half. So I'm officially halfway to Canada. So that's encouraging, that's exciting. It's another beautiful day. It doesn't feel too hot yet, so I'm gonna push up to the summit and have a great day on the long trail today. Breadloaf Mountain, New England 100 highest, number 93. There is no sign or cairn, but I'm completely sure this is the top right here. I double checked with someone else's pictures, and there used to be a cairn right here, but it's gone. So I'm gonna see if I can find a few rocks and make one. First view of the morning here off the Breadloaf summit. Up next is Mount Wilson. Wilson! Wilson! Mount Wilson, New England 100 highest, number 94. I'm sorry, Wilson. If you don't get that reference, you should watch Castaway with Tom Hanks. Summit of Mount Roosevelt. So here in the view, you've got Mount Wilson, which I just did. Breadloaf is over there. It looks shorter, but Breadloaf is actually taller. And then you got all these mountains out here, and way in the back, that very farthest one that you can see that's really faint is Killington, where I was just a few days ago. I walked all the way from out there and came around and eventually ended up here, but that's pretty amazing. Look at the fall colors too. Welcome to the summit of Mount Cleveland. Now I'm heading down the mountain to the next shelter, which isn't too much further. And there I will stop for lunch. Okay, had lunch at the Cooley Glen shelter and refilled my water. And now back to the trail I go. Only 6.5 miles to camp, and I'm about halfway through my climbing for the day, so should be a good afternoon. The sun continues to shine. Let's go. Mount Grant. Lincoln Gap, and I'm now on my way up Mount Abraham, the next 4,000 footer that you reach on the long trail. And I won't be summiting it today, but I'll be getting a good ways up it and camping at Battelle Shelter. And then in the morning, it will only be like a mile and a half to the summit. So I'll get that knocked out nice and early. But I'm only a mile or so from the shelter, so definitely getting into camp a lot earlier today than I have the past few nights, which is nice. And yeah, feeling good to be almost done for the day. I honestly think this is the steepest and most technical climb of the trail so far. Everyone says the further north you go, the harder it gets. And this is where it's starting to kick in a little bit. I mean, it's not anything new to me, but you won't be finding this kind of thing in southern Vermont, that's for sure. It's fun. Bring it on is what I say. Bring it on. A little bit of a change in plans. I got to the shelter, I took like a 20-minute break, and in the guidebook for the long trail, when I was kind of planning out my shelter stays, I tried to make sure every shelter I stayed at had a tenting option, just because I mean, then I wasn't planning to stay in any shelters. Now I'm more open to it, but so it says in the little chart that there are tent sites. However, if you read the full description, which obviously I didn't read every page of the book as I was going along, it does say tent sites are very limited. I couldn't find a single tent site. And the shelter's like pretty full. So I was like, you know what? It's not even 5:30 yet. I still have 2 hours of light left. And it's only 0.9 up to the summit of Abraham. And then another 0.8 to Lincoln Peak. And at Lincoln Peak, it's kind of a ski area, and I've been there before, and I know that there should be plenty of spaces to pitch my tent just wherever, because it's like, you know, typical ski summit type thing. And then if I'm already up there, tomorrow morning I can get a sunrise from Lincoln Peak. So I figure that's a win. I do have to climb another 800 feet, but I took that break. I feel good, so I'm gonna do it. You know, I can't just give myself an easy day. I gotta keep pushing, so here we go. Oh yeah, I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. Feel right at home. Bring it on, Abraham. This is it, guys. This is the summit of Mount Abraham. Oh, it's so beautiful up here. I remember the last time I was up here, it was like kind of a rainy day, but then it kind of cleared up when I was up here, but it wasn't clear like this. Oh, this is awesome. This is the best view so far on the trail, for sure. This is too good. I'm staying up here for sunset. I'm gonna make dinner, I'm gonna watch the sunset, and then I'll hike the ridge over to Lincoln Peak, because it's pretty much flat over to Lincoln Peak, a little bit up, but it's nothing technical like I've been doing. And I haven't had to set my tent up in the dark once this whole trip so far, so I don't mind doing it for this. This is beautiful. Guys, this is truly a sight to behold. I just watched the sunset behind the Adirondack Mountains in New York, on top of Mount Abraham, here in Vermont on the Long Trail. I've got the moon on the opposite side, almost full, big and bold as ever in the sky, and just beautiful pink and purple skies around the mountains, all the mountains that I've climbed there before me, and this might be the best day so far on trail. Okay, into the woods I go. While it's still got some light left, it's gonna get dark in those woods, but I'm gonna do the 0.8 mile hike across the ridge to Lincoln Peak and find a spot to place my tent. That was such a good call to stay there for sunset. That was awesome. So I know it's gonna be super dark now. I'll see you when I get to Lincoln Peak. Well guys, I am in my tent for the night. I'm all set up and I had a wonderful day today. This was the best day on trail so far. From the sunrise in Skyline Lodge to the sunset on Mount Abraham. It was a great day. So thank you for watching, and until next time, stay inspired, stay creative, and I will see you on day 13. All right, good night.